Hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, and today we're gonna see the proof that Workers and Resources is catching up with Skylines. Okay, so we're gonna construct a railroad, which actually I'm planning to construct at the border crossing to Kolata. And yes, we came to here. I demolished the road over here. We're gonna be building bridge over the railroad, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, first thing first, we need to level this and pause this video or start this video a little bit later, just because I needed to level a significant amount of ground, just so we have level start. Pun intended. Okay, so we're gonna create a couple of straight railroads coming from one side to the other, and we're gonna go back to our lifting area. So we're gonna lift the ground as much as we can on both sides of the railroad. Here we go. I'm going to be a little bit more generous on the sides because this needs to be pretty high on both sides, because we're going to be building overpass. If you watched our tutorial on how to create the railroads, you probably already saw how this is done, and this is LDZ. This is not my invention. This is LDZ who gave me idea for this and showed me this. I'm actually not following his tutorial because I forgot exactly the things that needs to be done here, but I'm hoping that at least I'm covering some positive. I think some things of here it's useful. Hopefully it's gonna work out for us, but we'll see. Okay, so we kind of raised this ground as much as we could, and we're gonna see if we can actually create a bridge over this that is gonna be significantly higher, and it doesn't seem like it's a good. Let's see. Okay, perfect, we can. How that's gonna affect? It looks like it would be better if it was a little bit higher. Let's see on this side. If we do it on this side, I think this would work. This would work. Okay, so let's try this. I'm just gonna construct a bridge here on both sides. Well, you know what? This is gonna work. Okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna be removing. Both of the construction, and I'm gonna be leveling everything off. I'm gonna be claiming a little bit more hilly land on this side, just because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it on all sides. We're gonna create a big intersection, but this is gonna be uninterrupted traffic going through this intersection. And on this side, let's see what we have here. I have no idea why this is so interrupted. Why do we have so many signals of no electricity? One of them would be perfectly fine if... let's see here, and it's going down. This is absolutely perfect. This is what we wanted. We want to clear a little bit of ground on both of those, on both sides of this railroad. Oh well, on in the passageway where we're gonna be. That's the wrong one. We don't need to go up. I'm just gonna go and see if I can construct one of them and the second one of them. And I have no idea what the hell is happening over here. Obviously we have some construction issues or conflicts over here, but that's fine, we can resolve this. There we go, and we can reconnect it over here and over here, and that's fine. So let's see if we can get our bridge constructed. Let's see if we can get our bridges. There's gonna be two of them. So we're gonna go and construct one of them like this. Okay, this looks interesting. This looks like something that we would be happy with. Okay, so back to the basics. So back to the basics of railroad construction. We need to connect right-hand side railroad to the right-hand side railroad. So we have, in this case, these two railroads. They go this way. So. One of them, if we let's finish construction of railroad from here, and we're gonna talk about it then. So we have a straight through railroad like this, and then like this, and we just need to connect it to the right. Look at the fun. Okay, we're gonna go all the way back to here and try one more time. It's connected. Perfect. This needs to go in a bigger bends. Something like this. And let's go all the way there to see how it's gonna connect. Okay, if I go all the way to the bridge side, so somewhere around here would be a good place to stop or start construction. So I'm gonna do it like this. And I'm gonna get the second railroad here as well. This is extremely laggy for me. I have no idea why. Again, my game was transferred now to SSD, but playing game, it's much smoother. It loads much faster. Everything is working much better since I transferred it. But I'm assuming that it's because of the fact that we have so many mods and so many stuff happening in the game. Okay, this is gonna be so much fun. Right, the problem here is this one here. Let's remove you and you and you and you. We're gonna rebuild that later. Well, in second. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And bridge over the railroad. And we're gonna go down over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it requires a little bit more space. It's like NASA. Come on. Okay. Looks like it wants to have more fun. They didn't have enough fun with us, so there we go. Okay, let's rebuild a little bit of a road and let's try to plonk in this bridge. So all the way from here, all the way to here. Is this it? It looks like it's it. Okay, it's not ideal, but it's good enough for me. So let's move back to railroads. Okay, all the way from there, that's fine. And we have our intersection over here. So what we have to start planning now is where each line goes. So, this is kind of simple, so it shouldn't be any issue. We need a railroad going right-hand side, so this is gonna go all the way here even before our mound, this little hilly thing that we created. So we can do it something like a so, and then bendy like a so. Okay, so we have nice railroad that is gonna be uninterrupted going there. Okay, what about going straight over? Straight over is gonna be right hand side going to right hand side, so we need to go in this direction. Okay, and what about the other one then? Let's see how this needs to go. Okay, so when we go from this side and you need to go to the right hand side, you need to go from here all the way over here. Perfect, lift all of that dirt. Perfect, so we have right hand side going to right hand side. There we go, this is how it's supposed to go, but obviously it has some height issues, so we're gonna have to level this up a little bit, I believe. I believe this should work fine. Or not. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, what about if the trains need to go in this direction? So that would be something on this side that we would have to do. Right hand side needs to go all the way here. I am hoping that I'm building this correctly. And then right hand side would go all the way here and connect it over there. Okay, this is a little bit too long, but I'm still hoping that we can squeeze it in here. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Okay, railroad, go all the way here and just join the railroad. Perfect. And then we have... Okay, then we have from this direction. If the train needs to go to the right-hand side, it can go through to the right-hand side this way. Okay, let's see where I connected this one. I connected it all the way here. Okay, so let's try to make something similar. Okay, so this looks a little bit similar, and then we can just connect it like this. Okay, right hand side here, straight here, and then when we have... Okay, is that it? Could be it. So right hand side there and straight here, right hand side there, and then straight to go circular. And then from here, right hand side goes in here and go straight forward. Okay, I think this would be something interesting that we can construct, that it would look nice. So this would be kind of intersection that shouldn't be too disruptive, and it would be something that would be found in the, well, post-Soviet countries or post-Soviet countries, whatever you want to call them. Okay, this is more realistic than building a bridge combination. And let me see if I'm forgetting something. We could have... No, I think that's it. Okay, so this is something I wanted to try out with the railroad construction. And our guys are railroad construction offices that we have over here. And over there in Vlasenica, they should be able to continue constructing this. Okay, there's another thing I wanna construct here, and that's we have several really ugly intersections, and I would definitely like to create something more better, at all functional. Here we have a... Do we have a bypass? Yes, we have a bypass from this intersection. So I wanna try this with the roads, if this is gonna work. So what I wanna do is remove some of these roads and then remove some of these roads. Okay, so this is kind of simple. I wanna do something similar to what we did there. So I'm gonna go for both of those, and I'm gonna try to create another mound over here, like another hill. It should be a little bit easier with the roads because I probably won't, but because they don't require that high of a ground, because they don't have overhead power lines for like trains do. So something like this. I'm hoping that this is high enough. Let me see if I can experiment with bridges. Okay, I think the least... Yeah, of course. Oh, it works. Okay, perfect. The least... Okay, and the second one... Oh my god, I can't believe that this works. I'm actually baffled now. I have no idea why this works. It shouldn't. I hoped it should, but anyway, it works perfect. Come on. Come on. Obviously we need to lift this up a bit, and there we go. And now comes the tricky part. So we have a right hand side connection that should go like this. All the way to... Where can we connect here? Wow, how did that... Oh yeah, right. So something like this, but I think we can do better than that. I think we can do much better than this. It has to look more, let's call it natural, but unfortunately we don't have the... Okay, let's see this. This is something like I would like to do it. Okay, and can we just connect here? Yeah, I think this would be a little bit better option. Okay, so we have a right-hand side connected to the right-hand side. We need this way, right-hand side connecting to the... Again... Wow, why is it doing that? Okay, that was save unawkwardly interruptive. There we go. And something like this, and then connecting it. Let's see if we can measure it. Unfortunately, unlike Skylines, it doesn't really have proper... Actually, I think we should be more generous with this. It doesn't have proper grid and alignments to the that you can actually compare to the other existing roads. So you can't really make it parallel or insane degrees and stuff like that. So it's gonna have to be something like this. And of course we have now right hand side that needs to go to this direction, and left hand side is this one. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one over here because this one has to go the full circle. And let's be generous with this full circle. Okay, it kind of likes it to go all the way here, but I want it to go... I want to make full circle here, obviously. Maybe it's gonna allow us, maybe it won't, but I'm gonna fight it still. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, okay, it looks like it's gonna work. So we have this one over here, and then we're gonna have the same one over here to, let's say, this location, and then connecting it here. Okay, I think this is something that... okay, let's see if we can... I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna pay for this, and let's see when it's finished if we can make it work and if our trucks are gonna be using this. Well, I don't think they're gonna have choice, but still, it would be nice if they used it. So let me repaint the... Right, we need one way. There we go. Oh, right. That goes in the opposite direction. Okay, I think this is not looking too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I think there's a lot of things that I can do to make it look nicer. Unfortunately, my artistic capabilities are quite limited. I have, well, it's actually quite zero. But yeah, I think that would be it. The problem why I did a lot of tinkering around here, try to connect these, because the problem is if you don't set up a piece of the road as two-way, as something like this, your trucks are not gonna be, like, they're gonna be switching from left lane, and then if you have a piece of road that it doesn't have both lanes going in the same direction, you're gonna have some issues. So let's see how these guys are gonna react. Okay, stuff is happening here. We have some traffic going through here. I'm not sure if I can limit that, if it would be okay for me to cut some of these roads going here, so they can go and use our new intersections that we built. So for example, if they want to go from here... Okay, this looks nice. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it a little bit nicer. I'm gonna leave it for a while to go. Let's see how our population is doing. I remember in the last episode we had 175,000. Looks like it's growing, even though it's winter. Cold weather is upon us, and usually our population slows down at this time. Okay, a little bit. Let me see if I can manage it like this. I'll just click once. I just don't want to overdo it with trees, but oh boy, I just forgot that we disconnected this electricity from here. But luckily for us, this electricity doesn't go anywhere. We have our airplane production still slowed down. Why is that? Because there's no steel. And I guess oh right, they have everything assigned. Steel is missing. Why is steel missing? Steel is not here. Okay, where is steel? Steel is being produced over here. Let's see what's happening with the steel. Steel is being produced. 1,000 people are working on it. What about backlog? Our backlog is absolute bumpkiss. 0 or non-existent, so that's a problem. Let me see, all these roads here that are disconnected, I have a phobia that someone's always near. I have a phobia that because these roads are disconnected, the firefighters won't be able to get to wherever they need to go. Yeah, we're missing a lot of steel. I think it's kind of obvious, and we talked about this, and there's a couple of things I would like to do with this. First of all, I don't like this steel mill because it's highly unrealistic. First of all, it's taking ore and not... It's unrealistic and not in a real life sense, because it kind of is realistic in real life sense, but it's unrealistic in in-game world sense, because it uses ore instead of the processed materials to create steel. And also this is not what the developers wanted us to do, to have one steel mill with 10,000 people. I'm thinking of maybe creating 2, 3, 4 smaller steel mills depending on our iron reserves around the country. Let me see how we're doing with iron. Yeah, there's some iron here, and I think we already discussed this, that we can build an iron mine and a steel industry somewhere around here near this border, and then supply people from Sukdol there. But yeah, that's gonna be tricky. Also, we can then use this processed coal from here and also bring it to the same industrial zone where it's gonna be based. It can be here. It's not really that far away from the coal or iron that will need to be set up there. Leshche. Yeah, we had last year before. Anyway, yeah, this is my thoughts on this. I mean, like, this steel, like, I'll do something right now. I'm gonna speed up our steel production here, because actually I already did that. Yeah, I already did that. There's no point. We can't really deliver anymore. I can go to the border and tell trains to come and deliver coal ore, more coal ore, and let's see, we have dollars here that are slowly growing. That's mostly based on tourism. We did have this connection to the border there that kind of was a failure, and there's not really a lot of close border crossings with a railroad attached to them that we can actually just transport coal ore from Soviet countries. That would be, I think we might have one over here, but yeah. Well, I can build a steel mill, functioning steel mill, with a good railroad construction, and then start importing coal ore and iron ore, and start producing our own steel there. We only need to supply it with people, but I don't think we would be doing any faster steel production than we have at the moment in Zdar. So this is already, look, we can't even import the amounts of coal ore that we need for this this steel mill to be working. So I'm not really sure these guys here that are in there, look, we're importing absolutely everything. Plus we have these conveyor belts bringing coal like crazy. They're mining 600 tons. They should be mining 550, 600 tons of coal ore, a day, and still we can't supply it enough of the for us to produce this. Bear in mind that I'm importing it here as well. I can go as high as you want with this, but not sure if this is gonna speed anything up. It's still spinning around 5%, so productivity. So there's no point of this this kind of steel mill, because if we can't supply it with 12,000 tons of coal ore, and in this case we are working at 10%, that will be 1,200. No, yeah, it will be 1,200 tons of coal ore a day. We can't supply it even by importing. We need to find some other way of getting this coal, well, this steel produced, because this can't, with this coal ore, with this production, we can't go over 5 to 10% of whatever that steel mill can offer us. And let's go through these basics again. If we go to our own metallurgy and create our own steel mill, it requires 150 tons of iron ore and 150 tons of coal ore. Sorry, that would be aggregate import. It requires 375 tons of coal and 200 tons of iron. That would be at least 2 processing facilities, I believe. Iron ore processing plant creates 105 and we need 200, so we need 2 processing facilities operating at 100% efficiency to have enough iron ore for this. And then we would need coal. I'm gonna check that. We need 375 tons of coal ore. That would be That would be under these guys here. And then we have coal ore processing plant would be 120. We need 3 of these processing plants to have all that. And for only 1 steel mill. That kind of would be work. That would work around here, I think. Let me just check how much. Let me see how much. What would be a good percentage of. What the hell am I doing? Let's go for coal, iron. Here we go, iron mine. Wanted to see how rich deposits are here. There's an interesting amount over here, for example. If we build it somewhere around this quarry or on this hilltop, and then there's an interesting amount here. Probably I can start by working over here. That would mean that I would have to have extensive public transport system around Sugdol to supply this mine, and I'm not really sure if I want to. Oh, why not? Why the hell not? I would have couple of buses transporting people here, and then I can transport workers, steel. I think we can build it somewhere in this forest, steel mill, and then I need to transport coal. Let me see. At the moment, I don't think I can't really say what the productivity of this mine is, but if I do it like so. Here we go. Currently, because this is the amount of people we have transported here to this mine, current production is around 100 tons of coal ore. We need much more than that. Why? Because we need 120 tons of coal produced times 3. That would be we need 600 tons of coal ore, yeah, 600 tons of coal ore per day. Can this give us that amount? No. Not really, it wouldn't be, but nothing works on 100% here, and this won't be an exemption to that rule. So what we can do here is we can have this mine operating at close to 100%. That will give us around 500 tons of coal ore, which in terms transfers in, I don't know, it would be 100, 240, 300 tons of coal, which would be, I don't know, 80% of our needs of this steel mill. And then 80% of needs of the steel mill means that we would be getting 80% of 43 tons of steel a day, so somewhere in 35 tons of steel. Well, which is not bad, but like I said, this is a huge infrastructure project, and it would require us to have a lot of multiple iron ore processing facilities, and well, 1 iron ore at least, 2 iron ore processing facilities. We can potentially put all of it kind of close by and supply it with, well, we do have this train line, probably we should utilize that more so than anything else. But I'm kind of worried because I'm building this second train line going over there, and if I implement cargo traffic through this and then public traffic through that, that is going to create a little bit of bottleneck, and I'm worried that if people don't get supply to workplaces, that everything is going to slow down. Yeah, so that's my worry concerning this project, and probably should worry less and actually start doing more. That would probably be a best thing to do from my side. Okay, and let's see what we can do. Okay, this is it. This is how it works for now, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm pretty happy to see our own machinery doing most of the work rather than us paying for it, even though we have all the money. Let's see how we're doing population-wise. Again, population is growing. I'm gonna go and do, because we did couple of these nice-looking things, and this is what I wanted to tell you, that where it kind of rivals with the skylines. You can create, I feel it's some of the aspects of the construction in workers and resources, like for example creating these bendy parts, it works much better than in city skylines. I think I like it much more. It kind of fits in together better than in skylines. Well, skylines has so many more options with the roads and railroads. Well, not with railroads, but with roads. I think, and this is much more complex. This is what brings to me at least, it brings joy, because if when you manage to do something and fix something in workers and resources, and it's so much more gratifying than it is in Skylines, because it's I don't know, it's just, for me, it brings me more joy to make something work around here. Okay, I'm just gonna stop yabbering about, and I'm gonna go and see what we need to do to finish a whole bunch of our construction happening. I can see that there's a lot of steel missing everywhere. It's kind of not surprising, and probably we should. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna do something about it in the next couple of episodes. I don't want to focus on it now, because we have more pressing concerns, some other stuff we need to do. For example, look at this here. We have, I was just checking out the map, and there are significant resources of both coal and iron here in this part of our country. We have it here as well, some of them near those two cities that we built, where we have our where we're gonna be setting up our new what's I call it. Oh, look at this, they already have adults living with them. This new heating plant and electricity production. So we have some coal resources here, which is perfect, because I would like to utilize it here. We can expand our industries on the other side. For example, I can have coal processing plant on this side, and well, mine will probably be outside of reach, but we can try to check it real quickly. Yeah, definitely out of reach. But I would like to utilize some of this stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of importing coal, maybe even with trains. It's not that close. It's interesting. Who's created? Ah, that's me. Created this snow clearing areas. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this is not significant. This is not nothing extraordinary here. This is just usual. If we get 50%, if we get 30%, we will be happy. But there's something more over here, or at least it seems so. There are a couple of resources I can see around here. Couple of sources. We have some here. Okay, that's quite bad. And then we have these mountains over here. Yeah, we did explore this previously. I was mentioning this. Horska Kamenice. That's a little bit. Yeah, that's a work in progress. We need to focus on that a little bit more. But yeah, I think we can get around 50% exploitation in some of these areas. Getting this coal out of here. So this is also potential space for some of our steel industries. Do we have anything more richer around here? I don't think so. We have something around here which is also not to be ignored, and it's close to our iron production. Yeah, this is something that we can focus on. This is but yeah, again, this is the corner of the country. It's the furthest place away from our rest of the industry. We should probably continue constructing the highways and maybe implementing some other ways of, well, earning money, even though that definitely shouldn't be our priority because we have enough at the moment. But maybe making everything work more functionally, better, something. I think that would be much better idea. One other thing I wanted to address in this episode is the expansion for our population, for our growth. We did grow outside of the kind of traditional limits of our cities and how much we can. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy how many workers we have. Yeah, this is so sad that this steel mill cannot compete with the demands that we have for steel. I mean, like, nothing can. We just have to either import steel or find new ways of producing it. But anyway, I think I'm gonna have to import some steel for production. No, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I think I'm just gonna. You can see the aluminum here that it's gone. it's all been transported. I can see that our people over here, they're walking to this aluminum plant for a significant distance, and this is really, really, really sucky on my part because I should have done this. Sorry, peeps. You are the best peeps ever, and you deserve to be treated better. Yeah, I'm kind of not used to things working out, and suddenly you can see here that they are getting aluminum oxide. But so what's the problem here? You have all the bauxite, you have all the chemicals, you need aluminum oxide. Okay, so we need more people in this plant here. Well, they're on the way. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be... Yeah, it's gonna be some people. Yeah, this is 370, and then we have 45 here. That would be 415, and then we have 25. Let's see, these guys can process... Oh, wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. How much are we mining here? 32 tons of raw bauxite. Okay. And we cannot store or export bauxite. Okay. So we need to process it here. So we need more workers over here. Okay, so what's the problem? Let's see, this would be... What line are you on? This would be Ceanwu Bauxite Industries. I'm pretty sure that they are supposed to be going from here, which has some workers. Probably should have more. Let's see, nobody's complaining about work on this side of town. Yeah, that's interesting. Probably everybody is employed. Oh, here we go. Everybody is employed, but some of the people here are complaining about electronics, sports, hospital. Hospital is here, it's fully staffed. We can staff it even fuller, but yeah, maybe that was an issue. Right. We can definitely use more people over here, and I can do that right now. We just had a couple of towns with population issues. None of them are here. That would be... Yeah, let's go and do the Zdar thing, because I wanted to expand Zdar for absolutely no reason. We don't absolutely need any additional people. Here we go. Let's do this. So we have a few hundred here, a few hundred there. That's all fine. I'm gonna go and get, let's say, 400 from here, and I'm gonna get, let's say, 400 from here. A little bit more, so this would be like 800 people we're gonna be relocating now to Ceanwu, where once we actually took them from, we're gonna be bringing them back nowadays. Not sure if there's anything bad happening around here. I'm just gonna pause this while we're transferring. Alright. I don't think we're gonna be able to transport all these people over here. Also, yeah, this is some things I would like to touch upon. It looks like we won't be able to transport so many people. There's no more, like, living space. Okay, we do have some, but I don't think that's a crucial amount. Yeah, so what do you think about this idea of upgrading some towns, like let's say Veliki Brod? It obviously has an issue with unemployment. If we have any resources like iron or coal that we can easily start exploiting, for example, if there's another coal mine here, I can dedicate ourselves to creating, let's say, this part of the city to have a train line, and then have a train line somewhere around the airport or somewhere around there going to these mountains and then mine the coal. And then we can, even without processing that coal, we can have enormous amounts of coal and then transport it by rails elsewhere. Or is it better to have a processing industry straight away? Processing industries are complicated. They are quite complicated, but processing industries... What's wrong with this one? This one just needs workers. And I'm worried about this one. Okay, this is working all fine. Alcohol is being processed. That's perfect. What about this here? This one is almost empty. I think I wanted to destroy this one, and this one doesn't have power supply either. That's all fine. What about these guys? No trucks available, no power supply. That's all fine. Yeah, so I'm thinking about it like, for example, we have Luca here. Let's see if we have any resources here. No, we have a lot of flat grounds. We have some iron in these mountains. Maybe it's not significant, but and currently we don't really need iron, but we can always, you know, supply people to these mines just in case if we need it, because those people are not doing anything, and also we have abundance of resource. Maybe it's throwing. Maybe I should focus on something more useful than grabbing some of these minuscule. Yeah, I think we should concentrate our development on the end products first, and then supply them with everything that we need, if possible. So something like that. For example, if we should start producing more electronics, for example, and then see if we can source all materials, but also have a backlog, or some people here can be relocated. Sickness, spirituality, pub, tavern, culture, hospital. I think they should have... Oh wow, this radio station is killing it. Let's see how many... Wow, potential broadcast outreach 80,000. 82% of population have radios. Currently audience, 1 listener. How the hell... What? Okay, let's not do that. Let's go with Soviet propaganda. Education, preference to alcohol. Yeah, maybe this. I don't know. Currently 2 listeners. Yes, that's exactly what we wanted. Actually, I wanted to get more Soviet propaganda like this, and then cultural enjoyment a little bit lower, and then preference to alcohol. I have a bad feeling about this. So let's keep it like this. Yeah, okay, so we'll see if this is gonna change in the future, but I wanted to influence a little bit more propaganda. Anyway, looks like they have everything they need here. Sports shouldn't be listed here, and it's not. Kindergarten is though, and kindergartens are full. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? I can do this. Just across the street from our propaganda center is our new kindergarten. There we go. There we go, that should be it. And also we have, well, we kind of had a plan for this area over here with power plant is working right now. That's really nice to see. We do have additional coal here. We should probably utilize this first before we start doing anything else. So even if we're not gonna build a steel mill around here, even though we kind of have place, but I think it would be better not. I think we should consider using this coal resource over here to well, utilize it somewhere else, probably somewhere between Usti and the Kolomejice. We have this railroad station over here that can be easily utilized to transport huge amount of people, and then steel mill. This kind of seems like a perfect location for a steel mill, and we even have some kind of storage here, which is not going to be enough for full steel production, but yeah, why not? Why not? We can work around that. So if we build a train station just here behind the corner from there, if we build a train station here, and then we can build our steel industries either over here somewhere or on this side. We need to just adjust our conveyor belt system. maybe we can play with the idea. So even without purchasing this, input of iron is gonna be interesting. Sure, do we have any iron around here? We don't really have to. And also, we have railroad, just finished the railroad construction over here. We can transport iron ore from Nirjdar here and process it. This would be interesting. Okay, but also bear in mind that this steel production requires, for a constant production of steel on a high level, it requires at least 3 processing facilities for coal, and that's a lot. That's a huge amount. So for example, I can build a storage facility. I can build a storage facility over here for coal, and then connect it with cables, with conveyor belts. So if we go for conveyor belts and pipelines, we can connect it through here. And then here we go, it's even connected. Perfect. It's even connected to the storage area, so we will have to work around our railroad delivery, because the steel mill requires a whole crap load of people. So that would be one of these train platforms. Small ones would be perfectly fine. Is it even possible to build it around here? Yeah, it is. None of this is actually connected to roads. This is us just playing with the idea of this. So I'm gonna build it over here. I can. It's not a problem. Sure, why not? Construct it. Slowly our industries can work on this. Railroad, of course, I'm gonna have to finish it on my own, because it's we don't have any railroad construction offices around here, and it's not really necessary. It's not gonna be that expensive to utilize this. So we already have supply of workers arranged like this, and then steel mill. How would that look like? So we would have additional steel mill over here. That would take this that would take the coal from over here, and still have additional intakes for. We're gonna need definitely big electrical cables coming to this one. Yeah, I think this is actually me starting this as a kind of not really a joke, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now, to actually almost finishing the our new steel mill. Which is something that I wanted to do already a few times, but I just couldn't find will or something to do it, because I found too many excuses not to do it, and I can say that I was wrong every time. So here we go. We just started on construction of a new steel mill. Of course, iron is an issue at the moment. I'm pretty sure that we would have to either be based around. I can process our own iron. That's not a problem. We can do it around this area here, and then bring all the iron with trains, because we are mining a lot of iron. I'm actually wondering how much iron are we mining. Look at these intersections. We would have to work on all of them. I would like to create something with these intersections, but obviously you saw that it takes a little bit more longer time, and I don't want to waste the whole episode of me just tinkering about. So we have, let's see, this is almost to 100%. We have production of 400 tons a day. 400 tons a day, that means this is working at a full capacity of 5%. And that means it requires 5% of this, which we do have. If we tap into this source of iron, if we start getting this iron ore onto the trains, I don't think this steel mill would be working perfectly. It wouldn't be working as well. So probably we should get a new iron source from somewhere and process it. because currently we are, even though we get a little bit more iron than we get coal, I think it's not so significant more. So if we start tapping into that iron source, we would lose the bottleneck would become the bottleneck would be the iron then. You can see that there's something on the map over here around overly populated Pojici, and I would like to see what's with this mine over here. And oh, look at this, looky at my cookie, and this is actually quite well connected. We can easily get a mine or something over here, oh sorry, a bus line over here, and then supply workers directly to the mine. Wow, this looks, I have no idea what just happened, guys, but we just created a new new mining industry over here. That's incredible. Fine. I'm all fine with this. And we created a mining industry and steel industry and everything around it. That's perfectly fine. Let's okay, let's go all in now. I think it shouldn't take too long time, and we're gonna need aggregate loading, of course, if we're gonna be transporting this iron. So we have this one. We need to create, right, this is quite a busy line over here, but they're only gonna be using bridges here for a short while, so I think we're gonna be fine if we just tap into this. So I'm gonna build this, and I think I'm gonna pay for this with our own money. Right, so wow, I can't believe that we actually did this, that we just created an additional line. Right, let's remove these semaphores from here. You have them up there. We're gonna create semaphores over here. So we have chain semaphores coming into the intersection, and we have chain semaphores coming into the intersection, and removing more semaphores, and then we have normal semaphores exiting the intersection. The same thing needs to be set up over here and over here. And then we're gonna have to have exchange over here for our trains. Probably I should do it as soon as possible over here, so we can utilize this little bit of railroad. There we go. Okay, this actually works. So now we can get these mixed ones. Again, the chain section of the mixed semaphore needs to go into the intersection, and this one over here. Wow, I can't believe that we actually created this already. Okay, so by the way, this is just ore mining. This is just ore. We need to process this ore. There's going to be a lot of trains that are going to need to transport all of this. So it's going to be still a lot of construction that needs to be done over here. Right. So we need. I believe that this one has engine in itself. So I'm not going to create engine between storage facility and this. So we're going to go for large aggregate storage, and I'm going to just create it like this. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I do need to connect this to some kind of road network. Unfortunately, actually we can do it this way. We can go this way, and then probably should have done this after I build the probably we can do it this way as well. Actually, it's even better because we can have our roads cleaned earlier than everybody else. So we have this one, and then we're gonna have this one as well. Here we go. We can construct these roads, and we need conveyor belts. That would be again back here. Mods. Conveyor belt engines. We're gonna go for these 3 ways. Can we get away with only one of them? Indeed we can. This is perfect. This is turning out to be an interesting episode on where we started as artistic souls or something like that, and ended up as freaking steel production facility. Okay, you can construct this as well, and just because I was not expecting this, I just gonna check, because there's a couple of things we need to connect here to the some kind of road system. So that would be this, and we already constructed the railroads over here, and you can see that they don't have electricity. We can do something about that. So we need a couple of power cables anyway for this. Let me see real quickly this metal industry. It requires 11 megawatt hours of power. 11 megawatt hours, that's not a small amount. Currently this one is producing maximum 41. 11 megawatts. Currently it's producing 14, but maximum is 47, 48. So that would be quarter, just under a quarter of its production. So that's significant in my books. So I'm gonna go for something, let's go 15 megawatt cable, just to make it a little bit different. And I'm gonna create this 15 megawatt cable, and I'm just gonna do it like this. How much can I swing this around? Actually quite a lot. That's good. Let's see if I can do it all the way here and then all the way here. There we go. We just connected this to the electricity production, which is perfectly fine working. Let's see our population. Population is going up and down. It's going down a little bit more than up, but again, I'm gonna pause this because I think it's happening everything a little bit on a fast side, so we can definitely process all the information that we are being bombarded with. I will be connecting this to some kind of power connection, like this and like this, and we need electricity. That would be this one over here, and I think this looks like the best way to go about it. And of course this one doesn't like it. We will be constructing a road all the way here, and I'm not in a rush constructing this because I literally 20 minutes ago this didn't exist, not even in my mind. This didn't exist, this just happened. So that's definitely what she said. And I need to finish the railroad with our own money. So we have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and number 4. Okay, so do we have any additional or nice, easy electricity connections? I have a bad feeling about these guys here. I probably should have connected electricity on this side. We will need more electricity here, but yeah, okay, this is the last connector on this side, and I can just go crazy with it and just use it as much as I want. So let's double up on these cables, because come on, whoever... When did I ever have any issues with just doubling up the cables? I had so many issues. If I lost count which one is which, and oh right, I actually built this. That's fine. That is fine. And rest of the cables they can construct on their own. And guess what? They need a lot of steel as well, and that's gonna be bottleneck in some of the construction that we have happening over here. 241 tons of steel. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. But on the bright side, some of the construction offices or storage areas around here that we have connected to the grid, they actually have enormous amounts of steel. This is where our trains come into play. Trains supply us with a lot of steel. So you can see here Hezhmanica doing really well for itself, but we are still losing population somewhere, so probably we should check where that is. So let's fly over our town for a bit and let's see if we have any significant... Is there any statistic here that can show us something? Okay, these are peeps and they're yeah, this is interesting statistic here. It can show you where you're actually missing the kindergartners, because they need to be used every day, and if the kids are not taken to the kindergarten on a daily basis, that means that on a daily basis you're not having workers working, but usually our republic doesn't have that issue. Let's see here. Government loyalty. 1%, yeah. Look at this. Rural areas. This is where our power comes from. Rural areas. In the urban ones, we need to boost this propaganda. What about... Yeah, literally all the... Yeah, anyway. Healthcare... Probably this can help us. Yeah, 80% healthcare. Let me see if there's anything showing us that these guys are not doing well. It doesn't seem so. Looks like they're... Yeah, I mean, like average healthcare is bad, but they're pretty fine. Food-wise, yeah, this would be something that we definitely need to pay attention to. So if they're not happy food-wise, that means that they might be dying, and we need to address it. So we have all of it to 99%. Everything like significantly lower than this can be devastating. You can see that there's 80% food happiness over here, that some of them are not getting food, but I'm not surprised by this because we do have some supply issues in the capital. I'm gonna get some stores here. I want to get some stores and supply them directly by imported food. That should definitely help. Let's see, what else do we need? Heating would be a big thing. Unfortunately, I don't think we can see that. Resources, heat as a resource, not likely. I'm gonna go back to food because this is the best metric I think we can, that shows us what are we dealing with. All of this seems to be fine. 99%, that means somebody somewhere might be, you know, that they didn't get food, but I think that's being sorted out now. Okay, no, it doesn't show us. The only thing that is left here that we need to check is if we have the heating everywhere. Medical care maybe, but heating would be the best. Food is everywhere. So that's fine, 97% some of these guys. But like I said, I think they're still... they say that they're not... When you click on it, it's actually 100% food happiness, but on the map here shows that it's not 100%. Probably the data is a little bit misleading. And what about these guys here? Here we have an issue with... workers, low education. Obviously we need a little bit of an education, public transport to the university and back, because university is on... we have university on... let me see this one. 0 listeners. This is what we want. So we need Soviet propaganda, education strength, and let's go for anti-religious propaganda, and then let's lower all of this. There we go. I think this is gonna be a little bit more interesting. Okay, so the only thing we have left is the heating, and I don't see anything happening. It could be Medicare, medical happiness. That's definitely a thing. But if I go to any single city and check out what their medical situation is, hospitals are empty. Anyway, look, this is way too long, guys, so I'm gonna end it here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like button, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, little comment section, hit it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.